Countdown Conspiracy, Chapter 9, Part 2. Okay, hold on. Mr. Urwich presses something on his tablet. There, emailed. Let me know your thoughts once you've had some time to consider them. Good luck, Miranda. Thank you, sir, I say. Mr. Urwich ends the video call, and I open the email that's just come in. I'm not sure if I want the messages to make sense to me or not. If they do, and I didn't see them in time. But as it turns out, the messages mean nothing to me. You are still in danger. Get out while you can. Another attack is coming. I hang my head. They're just as generic as Mr. Urwich said they sounded. What am I supposed to report back to him? That I have no clue at all? I close out of my email, a growl rising up inside me. Picking up Ruby, I leave my room and head somewhere. I might actually be of use. 2 men in suits follow me with every step I take, and I don't even care anymore. So what if I need to be constantly guarded so I don't get blown to bits? I'm a flight engineer. I've got a job to do, and that's all that matters. Once I exit the building, wind blasts tiny ice crystals into my face. I don't care about that either. Let it be freezing. I'm going to Mars, where it's always frigid. Cold temperatures are just going to be my life from now on. Shifting Ruby in my arms, I trudge down the rocky paths of our training island. For once, sunlight isn't blinding me as it reflects off the ocean waves. Huh. I look up into the sky. What do you know, Ruby? I say, even though she can't hear me. It's actually getting dark out. I shouldn't be so surprised as the seasons change. The days and nights will become equal again. I take a trembling breath and pause to count the stars. 1, 2. The more my eyes adjust, the more I can see. Behind me, my security agents wait. I'm sure they want me indoors, but they're just going to have to deal and give me a moment. I look around, taking in the unfamiliar constellations. The southern hemisphere sky is so different from the one I'm used to. I look north. Mars will be north from here, instead of south like back home. Really, everything is north from here. I train my eyes in that direction. Home is north on our planet, and Mars is north in the sky. Both might as well be equally as far away right now. The wind whips past me, pushing strands of hair across my face. I tear my eyes away from the stars above. Still cradling Ruby, I start marching again, straight past the generators and into the hangar. Hello? I call out, once inside. Anyone here? Miranda, is that you? I hear Dr. Bouvier ask. Yeah, I reply, walking around the corner. There she is, our space plane, Ambassador. I wonder how long it took for them to pull her back in this afternoon. 2 people work on the left wing, and it looks like they're adjusting the heat resistant paneling. Just hearing the sounds of the welding equipment calms my nerves. Can I help you with anything? I ask. Dr. Bouvier smiles. Of course, it's great to see you here so soon after receiving your role assignment. And bringing your mechbot, too. I can tell he's being overly enthusiastic for my sake. I follow Dr. Bouvier toward the spaceplane, hefting Ruby in my arms. What can we do? I ask, determined to prove to Dr. Bouvier and to everyone that I can carry on like a professional. Owen is working on hooking up the navigation computer. Why don't you give him a hand? He's in the back cabin. I nod and then head into the spaceplane, remembering to step up over the lip of the floor where the hatch attaches. They're still installing the sound-dampening tiles, so for now, each footstep I take echoes through the spaceplane's interior. Hello? I ask, entering the back cabin. Mr. Burnett? Hello, Miranda? Mr. Burnett stands up from where he was crouching. Thought that might be you. Here to help? Yeah, I reply. I brought Ruby, too. Great, Mr. Burnett reaches down to grab a metal box and then passes it to me. Have some nanowires then, he says. I take the box awkwardly with my right hand, tucking Ruby under my left arm. Think you could piece together some converters for me? Sure, I say. I sit down on the floor, turning Ruby on. She starts her movement test as I begin sorting through the wires. Do you want Ruby to install them? She's more precise than we'd be. Mr. Burnett raises his eyebrows. That'd be great. He gives the robot an impressed nod. Moments later, I hand off the first converter to Ruby, who walks over to the gaping hole in the wall where Mr. Burnett's working. She scans the open paneling of wires until she registers the end of the set that needs a converter. Then she gets to work, her front two legs acting as pinpoint precision pliers and welders, installing the device in seconds flat. Mr. Burnett whistles as Ruby spider walks her way back to me. That's the fastest mechbot I've ever seen. I smile politely. Thanks. We repeat the process as Ruby and I work on the wiring. Mr. Burnett gets out his tablet and connects it into the paneling. Dr. Schuber wants me to get some initial navigational codes installed, he explains. Not the most exciting coding ever, but I suppose that's why he's making me do it and not him. Are you guys going to have Najma help with the coding? I take a casual stab at which job Najma was assigned. Ruby bobs her head beside me, accepting the newest converter and tottering off with it. Sure will, Mr. Burnett replies. She's the lead programmer, after all. Oh, good, I say. I know she wanted that job. I tighten the converter cap to the point it almost snaps. Just wish she could have found out about it in better circumstances. Sort of messed that up for everyone, I guess. My voice has turned into a mumble. Mr. Burnett stops what he's doing and looks at me. Miranda. No, it's fine. I can't look him in the eye. Miranda, stop it. Don't blame yourself. His expression turns pained. The fault lies with whoever around here actually sabotaged that helicopter. That makes me look up. Whoever around here? It's Mr. Burnett's turn to look away. What? That's what you said. I'll watch him carefully. You think someone here did it? Mr. Burnett looks down at his tablet, typing out code that I'm not sure doesn't require his full attention. No. No, I need to stop talking. Mr. Burnett, this is the second time I've almost been blown up, I say, adrenaline surging at the prospect of answers. I need to know everything I can. People died. Do you really think someone around here is involved? Mr. Burnett types in silence for several more moments. The only sound is a click-clack of his keyboard and the whir of Ruby's legs as they reach up to grab another converter. Maybe, he finally answers. His voice is so quiet I can barely hear him. And if they were, well, Miranda, there are certain countries that are less than happy about you getting picked for this. I'm pretty sure you understand that already. I do, or I thought I did. Ruby nudges me, making me jump. She's programmed to tap me with her front leg if I get off task for more than 90 seconds. My droidlet pings. Task complete, waiting for instruction. Sorry, Ruby. I hand her the next converter. If you really want to know what's going on, think about who's been attacked and think about what it'd mean if certain countries began disagreeing. Mr. Burnett's eyes plead as if he's trying to tell me more than he's able to say. My face blanches. Could the world actually go back to war? Mr. Burnett must notice my expression because he quickly adds, well, don't think about any of it too much. I don't want you to worry yourself over this when you should be concentrating on your studies. I nod. Don't worry about it. Right.